Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has resigned, and Parliament will convene to choose a new leader after massive protests over the country's economic collapse forced him to leave the office.
Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardana says Sri Lanka's parliament will convene Saturday to start the process of electing a new president, and he expects to complete the process within 7 days. Their new choice as president will serve the remainder of Rajapaksa's term, which ends in 2024. That person could potentially appoint a new prime minister who would then have to be approved by parliament. Right now, Sri Lanka has run short of money to pay for imports of basic necessities such as food, fertilizer, and fuel to the despair of its 22 million people. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was sworn in Friday as Sri Lanka's interim president before Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya. He will rule the country until Parliament elects a permanent successor to Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who resigned after mass protests over the country's economic collapse. With Rajapaksa gone, pressure on Wickremesinghe was rising. Opponents had viewed his appointment as Prime Minister in May as alleviating pressure on Rajapaksa to resign.
作为斯里兰卡的友好邻邦和合作伙伴，中方真诚希望四各界从国家和人民根本利益出发，团结协作，共克时艰，早日实现社会稳定、经济恢复和民生改善。
We responded with urgency to assist the people of Sri Lanka in overcoming the economic hardships. This year itself, as I mentioned, I think the previous week, India has expeditiously finalized and delivered assistance as well as support worth about $3.8 billion. This is in the form of currency swaps, deferment of repayment of Sri Lanka's liabilities to the Reserve Bank of India under the Asian Clearing Union mechanism, apart from, of course, credit assistance of about $1.5 billion for financing of imports of fuel, food, medicines, fertilizers, and other essential commodities from India.